What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Excommunion, entitled Thronosis. This is released on Dark Descent Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very dark, murky, brooding style of both black metal and death metal. Yeah. This band hasn't put out a lot of material, but the material they have put out has been nothing short of memorable. This band is well known for their 2002 debut entitled Excommunion, and almost 15 years later, that album still holds up very, very well and very nicely. Very insane combination of very crushing, brutal riffs, awesome drumming, really low, growling vocals. Just a very solid and memorable album. And some of the main people in this band are, of course, very well known and respected for some of their projects outside of Excommunion. Christ Butcher for his work with Dethroned and Maveth, and of course Nas Alchemeth, whom of course you may know best for his work with bands such as Achilles, Bestia Arcana, and of course Nightbringer. Very successful projects ever since this project first existed. But yeah, this new album is their first in over 15 years, and their first set of new material since 2006. Because I believe the last time this band had put out something was a split with, now that I mentioned Dethroned, they did a split with Dethroned back in 2006. So, Excommunion are back, and they put out a new album entitled Thronosis. It's 4 tracks, and it clocks in at around 29 minutes in length, and I'm really intrigued over the less is more approach that they are going for here with this new album, because Excommunion was quite a full, immersive experience, in comparison to Thronosis, which feels like something very short and making you want more. Because that's what you're going to feel like when you listen to Thronosis. The minute you hear the first riff of Twilight of Eschaton, this is going to be an album that's going to make you want more and make you crave more of Excommunion now that this project is back and up and running. And you can easily tell that there really hasn't been any rust in this band's machine, because these guys know exactly what they're doing, and they know how to create incredibly tense and atmospheric sort of black and death metal. It's just really wonderful to listen to. The guitar playing and bass work on here is very, very tremendous. I love the fact that you can pretty much hear everything, decipher everything, and just get... It just works out well every single song that's on here. Like I said on the track Twilight of Eschaton, it just starts out with a bang, and then leading on to later tracks like World Crucifier, you just get some really, really tremendous guitar playing going on here. I love the riffs. Everything feels very dark, very powerful, very brooding, and almost, in a sense, brutal. I love the brutalness of a record like Thronosis, and you can tell why this is an album that resonates so well with both fans of black metal and death metal. Is just the way these guitar riffs sound. It's just crushing, and I love that. Like I mentioned earlier, the bass work is very good too. It's very audible. It definitely makes a very good impact within this album's mixing and mastering. Definitely a wonderful sounding death metal record to boot. The drumming on here is sensational. It never lets up. It's relentless from first track all the way to last. I love the fills. I love the blast beats. I love the double bass. It just feels like a genuine, dirty, destructive drum performance going on here. Very suitable for a primitive style of death metal, and hearing it on these really solid, lengthy tracks works out very well. I should also mention that pretty much every track on here runs at least around 6.5 to 7.5 minutes in length. So these are lengthy songs, but the pace of this record is so relentless and infectious. It just makes you crave and want to listen to more. And the vocal work on here is sensational. I love this vocal style. Very low, very deep, very guttural sounding roars. I mean, Christ Butcher's vocals are really awesome to listen to, and with every track on here, he makes you captivated. He makes you want to listen to everything that's going on here, and he just delivers a very awesome vocal performance. Once again, going to songs like World Crusher and even the closing track of this record, Blessed is the Epoch of Darkness and Shine of Strife, excuse me. Just some really awesome vocal work going on that track, and overall just an amazing vocal performance. So overall, 15 years later, Excommunion have returned and have delivered a very awesome piece of black and death metal. If you are a fan of their first record, you're going to find something really awesome to enjoy with Thronosis. I really wish this album wasn't so short, because I feel like there's a lot more coverage to be listened to and given for something like this. And Thronosis is a really, really wonderful way to get the ball rolling back again for a project like this. So it's a short album, but savor every minute you can with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Dark Descent Records Bandcamp page where you can listen to this album, stream it, hear it for yourself, be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. Stream it by digitally, and it's also available as a CD right now. There will be a vinyl version later on, so definitely keep an eye and ear for what Dark Descent has to say about that. So again, the album is Thronosis by Excommunion. This is released on Dark Descent Records. Go check this out. And for a score, for the time being, I'm going to give this a very strong 8.5 out of 10. Definitely an awesome black death metal record. I just wish it went on a little longer. So, if you've happened to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it and how you think it compares to previous Excommunion releases, or any of you guys into Excommunion. Definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until next time, Armijo out.